Tiny.
Welcome back, everybody, to the defense. It is our second game of the first series, technically, in Monkey Business versus Power Rangers. It should be an interesting setup, Durka, because we already have a bit of the draft.
Yep.
And not to keep anything from you guys, but there's a tiny wisp.
And this is like fallback plan for... No, not really a fallback plan. This is like their generic standing plan for Monkey Business. Like game one, when they get first pick, they choose something like, Ember Spirit. They go for the, the play with the Huskar middle way through their draft. Game two, when they get second pick, Tiny Wisp straight off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, you just had a pretty tough loss against Monkey Business, and then they kind of get one of their signature setups in the beginning of game two. I'm kind of feeling a little bit concerned for
Power Rangers. And when they ban the Winter Wyvern for you, it just opens the door for the Tiny Wisp, honestly.
Then again, they do have a really good setup against Tiny Wisp. 2 AoE controllers, Earthshaker and Witch Doctor. So, the cast works really well between the two of them. Earthshaker, obviously, as an offlaner would be great. We'll see if it actually is an offlaner. It could be a 4 position as well.
But what do you put towards the middle lane against this Tiny Wisp? Now the Co-op's banned, you could maybe still go for the TA, but your Radiant side is not going to be as great as Dire side TA. There are very few heroes who can sort of stand their ground, like maybe a Zeus, Arc Lightning from range to try and get last hits, but he's still going to get jumped.
He could run the Bristleback mid. We've seen that before from some teams.
Bristle Witch Doctor? Yeah, that could work actually pretty nicely. Witch Doctor can control runes and stop the Wisp from doing that cycle of rune to stack to lane. Yeah, I can see that.
Anyway, Darkseer, Clockwork going to be the 2 bans off from Power Rangers. They're just focused on taking away offlaners, which for me kind of signifies that they are going to be running Earthshaker as an offlane. Tusk is going to be the pickup, though, by Monkey Business. Not terribly surprising, as he's probably the highest valued offlaner still left in the pool. Power Rangers. I would like a Disruptor, since they can have the Winter Wyvern as another support against these heroes. Like, it actually works pretty well versus Tusk, because you know where he's going, so you could just set up. So there's no combo, essentially. You can't Walrus Punch. You just set up Kinetic Field and the ultimate.
It's difficult with Monkey Business having that 5th ban, knowing what to go for now, because, if you pick the Disruptor up straight away, that means that your lanes are very obvious, right? You've got very specific setups of Glimpse, the Cask, the Fisher. You know exactly what you're dealing with. Monkey Business can then react accordingly. They can pick like a Scarith Mage or something to try and counteract this and go Scarith Tusk, something like that. If you do run the Earthshaker off lane and Witch Doctor plus Disruptor down at bot, because you can pump out just a ton of damage.
Yeah.
And then core heroes to deal with Tiny Wisp, especially in the mid-game when they're relocating around and you've got the setup of Snowball. Difficult to counteract this, which is why often, you see defensive supports against the Tiny Wisp, and then aggressive core heroes that can be very mobile and jump themselves around. Do you feel like Storm is the pick here? Oh, wow. Magnus for Power Rangers.
So they're going to go for a Magnus combo. Magnus PA... Magnus Ember Spirit. Okay, Magnus Ember Spirit.
Okay.
I like that combo quite a bit, actually. Because the mobility lets you be a little bit more fearless against the Tiny Wisp. There is an opening, though, in the early game with Tiny picking up a Blink Dagger. We'll see if he actually goes that route.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think I've seen No-Tail go for the Blink Tiny yet.
5 seconds remaining.
Because he's really made a name for himself on this Tiny with his sort of signature build now, where he goes Brown Boots Bassy into, Treads with a Quelling Blade, and then Aghanim's Butterfly. Then he moves on into Satanic Heart, and then Moonshard, and that's kind of been his build. Yeah, I think I've seen him once go back for like the old school build of Treads Drums when he was a little bit behind, but Blink Dagger would give him that aggression, like you said, and it would really open up kills on the Earthshaker, Witch Doctor especially. Just jump on in there. And Bristleback is the ban, so they were afraid of that Bristleback dual lane possibly towards the mid with the Witch Doctor as well. But this Magnus pick, do you feel it's towards the middle lane
Yeah, I do, actually. I feel like it's potential that they could have run the Bristleback Witch Doctor mid and run an off-lane Magnus, and they still have the 4-positioner Shaker, but I would actually prefer another support for Power Rangers and put the Earthshaker off-lane. I think there's more value in supports than there are cores against the Tiny Wisp right now. Just because I feel like the Disruptor is really powerful, but...
What's Miracle's hero?
Okay. A Centaur Warrunner is going to be our safe laner from Monkey Business. I like this because you're running a Tiny Wisp. You can afford to get a little bit greedy with your safe laner when it comes to early combat heroes. Like Centaur has been run routinely. For example, like I would say another greedy example of this would be like Timbersaw, right? Traditionally run as an offlaner here, but you can put him in the safe lane because you have a carry as your Tiny Wisp in the mid. So you can get one of those high impact offlaners that isn't in the meta right now, but is able to make use of this very specific scenario.
Miracle's playing Rubik. And this is the scenario that I was just about to bring up. I was gonna let you finish, but yeah. Monkey Business, they lost one game in the MLG finals to Vega, right?
Yeah.
No, CIS Reject, sorry, not Vega. Where there was Wraith King, Tusk, Centaur. And they ran this Tusk Centaur kind of lane, and they just ran at people. Snowball into Stomp, and they got a fast blink dagger. I think they're going to do Tusk, Centaur bot, Miracle mid, Rubik, and Tiny Wisp. Like, the only bit here that I couldn't really work out was where Miracle fits in. Yeah. And whether he was going to be the Centaur and Moon switches to like a 4-roll Tusk and then have Rubik running around. But I think that's how they run it. They could, of course, just, go for Tusk off lane, Moon me out. But we have not seen this from Monkey Business before.
Very good, Durka. Well done.
Thanks.
I never would have guessed. I just would have been like, Rubik Centaur, top lane.
Like, I think that's the more... No, that's obviously the more...
That's the more traditional route,
way to do it.
Traditional, and put in quotes here because this is just a weird scenario through and through.
But what's stopping them? Like Centaur plus the Tusk, what stops them from just rolling onto this Ember Spirit? Because Ember Spirit's safe lane, right? And the Earthshaker Witch Doctor will be down there as well. The two supports are food for this.
I mean, Witch Doctor and Earthshaker are still really good against the snowball situation, right? Because no matter who you roll onto, one of the supports should be able to respond instantly with a stun before Centaur can stun, and then the other support should be able to respond with their stun as well, which, if you're not near a creep wave, it's like 5 seconds of stun between the two of them. But I could see where you're going with the aggression can pay out big time.
Yeah,
and at the very least, it's going to force those supports to sit in middle lane, in which case, the Rubik mid against our...
Magnus? See, that's the thing. Like,
who's teal? Oh, Broodmother. So it could be a mid Broodmother, but much more likely to be a mid Magnus.
Yeah, mid Magnus. Cheshire Cat's picked up the Brood, so likely off lane. But yeah, it forces Chomi to 1v1 in that situation, which Rubik should do decently in. It also forces him to go Stout Shield, I feel. Unless you want to go for the full Bottle Rush. Because you're going to be taking right-click attacks from that Rubik non-stop. But I don't know. It's like the fact that we've not seen... okay. The fact that we have not seen Miracle play anything other than mid or safe lane farming makes me want to believe this is true.
Mm-hmm. Rather
than the logical, like, Centaur plus Rubik is the better lane kind of thing.
Yeah. What, Rubik probably beats both of those heroes, right? I mean, Broodmother's a little bit harder to deal with. Broodmother could actually beat the Rubik, but he should beat the Magnus, which is what we're expecting to be mid. And then Broodmother versus the Tiny Wisp. Wisp has to play careful, but they can kill Broodlings pretty easily with a tiny combo.
Yeah, Wisp has bought Sentries and Dust. So they're going to do Tiny Wisp top. Miracle has bought a Null Talisman and Branches. He's going to be going mid. And Fly and Moon are heading down to bot lane. I wasn't wrong yet.
8,000 matchmaking rating. That's what this is. points. 8,000 matchmaking points.
Puntos.
What did you just call me?
Puntos. Do you not remember that?
Excuse me?
Do you not remember in Source 1 when you used to get battle points? Except it would bug out and give it to you in Spanish or Portuguese or whatever it was.
No, I don't remember
and
that.
it would go puntos de batalla. Instead of just saying battle points. You don't remember?
It sounds sexy,
Maybe it was just me. I got some weird translated bootleg copy of Dota 2.
Alright. Let's see.
30 seconds to battle.
Alright, so monkey business. 4-man bottom, 3-man top. Cheshire Cat is going to be top lane, as we were talking about.
Rubik mid. When was the last time we saw this in an official game? Was it Dendy TI3?
The international. It might very well might be. I mean, I'm sure somebody's running. Like, I've seen Rubik mid in pubs before.
Of course.
So, like, I know higher tier, like the higher tiers run Rubik mid and like Visage mid have both been experimented with as mids, and usually you see in like the high level pubs, it shows up in pubs before it shows up in competitive games. But I thought I would see a Visage mid before I saw Rubik mid, to be honest. But it's gonna be tough. Bait Bolt is a great laning ability, even when it did get nerfed. Meanwhile, they actually do have the Earthshaker behind the Broodmother in this top lane. I don't feel like that's where you want to go with this. I feel like you need both supports against the Tusk Centaur.
Denied.
Especially when they get into like level 2, level 3. Level 3 is obviously like their biggest power spike with the 2-1 build on Fly and the 1-2 build on Moon. Double levels in Ice Shards and Double Edge. That nuke damage is disgusting. Like, I honestly don't think either of these heroes can survive through it.
Flame Guard certainly isn't ever going to last long, that's for sure. Snowball is going to come in. They will be stunned up. So Moon doesn't go for the stomp. They're not level 2 yet, so not much point in it. Just a decent opportunity to get some damage out. Alright.
Cap coughing and worrying if he
I thought I didn't mute myself. I clicked the mute button and then I did a whole bunch of coughing. And I was like, wait, did I actually mute myself?
Did it come through my mic? What's going on? Well, Crit has disconnected. We're having a few little issues here. But the Wisp with sentries, where's his dust gone, actually? Is that over on No... Yeah, given No-Tell the dust, so they've got that killing power. He's got clarity as well. And Monkey Business have this draft where it's all about level 3, it feels like. Level 3 for the Centaur Tusk, level 3 for the Tiny, level 3 for the Rubik when he's got the 2 in Fate Bolt. Everything sort of meshes together. Once they hit level 3, they've got so much killing power, and then nuking heroes actually start to pump out the damage. Cheshire Cat, though, he should be okay once these sentries are actually delivered to him for a while anyway. Because he can deward lane ward, he can deward the sentries. It's just the dust. If he shows himself, he gets slowed down by that, he's in a lot of trouble. And how's Chomi doing actually towards the mid lane? 4 and 2. Rubik is doubling up on his CS. Miracle has already started crushing this lane.
Yeah, he had to go for the early level of Empower, which I do like most of the time on Magnus. I feel it's like such a value level. But in this case, he just has to make up for the Fate Bolt minus damage.
I really want someone to tell me when the last time Rubik Mid was played. Like, I need this. I cannot access Twitter. I cannot access Twitter from this PC.
Wait, you can't? Why not?
I can. I just can't be bothered to log in.
Oh.
I have Skype open.
Let's see if I can get on Twitter. Someone tweet at me. Oh, I am on Twitter.
Oh.
Someone tweet at me. Go find it. Go, my minions, go.
I mean, did Andy play it at TI4? Like, all of the TIs have, like, blurred together for me.
Yeah, he did.
Was the play TI4 or TI3?
No, that was TI3.
That was TI3.
Yeah. Which the play always makes me mad. It always makes me mad.
Why?
I mean, it was based on a mistake, you know? The play is the one where they all slept up.
Yeah, and then Enigma Black Hole.
Yeah, Enigma Black Hole. That was based off of a mistake where Tuan thought that he would be able to get the Tidehunter instant Ravage stun because that's how it worked in Dota 1, you know? So, yeah. I mean, for me, when I watched that, I was just like, they should know about the BKB. Like, they just run into it. But it's because Tuan thought he could get off the ultimate. So it just comes down to a difference between Game 1 and or Dota 1 and Dota 2. Big Daddy. He's on Twitter as well. So apparently things just drop when the game is paused and you go into showcase view.
What do you mean?
Like, check out the Ember Spirit. His sword is just on the ground for no reason.
What?
Yeah. Reborn is a little bit weird sometimes.
But it's not like that if you look at the Centaur.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the Centaur and then, you know, sort of look at the Ember from that view.
Skitter.
Oh, no, it is. There's the rapier. He's got 3 swords. He has 3 PS3s.
Magnus versus Melee Creep. Fight! Ready. Fight. Alright, here we go. Oh, and a snowball and a big num, right? Oh, never mind. Gasket.
Bonk, bonk.
Yeah, Moon's actually real low. They could get this kill. The stun goes out, but he's just going to be right-clicked to death here. Nope, doesn't try for the salve.
Interesting.
I think he could have lived.
I think so as well.
But yeah, they didn't expect that Earthshaker. J4 makes his rotation at the perfect time. And J4 even manages to snag the Bounty Rune right in front of the Tusk. So, good start up. Miracle. Fate Bolt doesn't bounce around like he was hoping. Meanwhile, Brood Mama can't really pull against a Brood Mama. She'll always just, hey, what's going on bottom lane? Oh, did they try again? Are they going to die again? Moon!
Why are they going before level 3?
He's going to get right-clicked again. They managed to get the snowball onto J4, but J4's got boots.
Boots against no boots!
He'll run. Oh, God, he needs an enchant toe to hit.
He'll catch you up. It's fine.
Oh, no,
wait.
it's not enough. He needs 2 more hits, but now the health potion. He'll kill the health potion. That's the end of it.
I don't get why they're going before level 3.
I'm also, I mean, this is what I was talking about, man. The double AoE disables. If the supports just stay split, it's really tough for them to do anything.
How much magic damage do they have at level 3? 250, 390, plus the snowball and stun. They've got like 500 damage. The Witch Doctor's sitting at 530 health, so a couple of right clicks and he's dead.
Yeah. I still don't think they'll ever get though. Like even if they're tanky enough where they can't die, which they have died, but even if they're able to like run away and survive, I don't think they'll ever get like the true combo that they should, because there should always be a fish or always be a cask.
Okay.
I mean, it does depend a little bit. If they go on the Earthshaker and the Witch Doctor isn't close enough and the cask is maybe a bit late.
Or into the wrong target first.
Yeah. Then maybe Centaur gets off his follow-up stun, but I would say that at least the nuke would be delayed. Anyway. DC time. Yeah, see, look. He just drops his sword.
I'm done with this.
Queen of Pain just like lays on the ground or something. Goddamn slut.
I mean, all the effigies are broken as hell as well. You see, like, the original model on... Oh, God. Oh, hello, Anti-Mage?
What's wrong with Anti-Mage? Annie? What'd you do to Annie?
I mean, he's fully broken.
Oh, God.
He's naked.
Annie... If you look at him from one side, it looks like he's almost a little pregnant. He's got a...
Excuse me?
Boop. Boop. From the other side, not so much. But from this side... Boop.
Reborn, what have you done to us?
Dragonite doesn't have a helm. His helm is also in his stomach. He's got a chest burster. That's what he's got. And Image is pregnant, and Dragonite has a chest burster.
Nice. I guess he's meant to be like kneeling down by his shield and sword placement, but
yeah.
Oh god, his bald head.
They're normal until you go into showcase view, and then they...
Yeah.
Okay, Zeus's bladder control.
He's got golden lines coming out of him.
Called give mana.
How do they... are inscriptions broken?
Wait.
Like, I don't see any inscriptions except for the Big Daddy one.
What's Rubik trying to do here?
He's doing stuff. Magnus has managed to catch up. You know, level 2 Shockwave gives him something, a middle lane. You having fun?
I am.
Birdie!
Yeah.
It's Big Bird. Oh god. It's this again. Louder!
Louder. Look at the tusk.
Where is this? Radiant Base?
This is Dire Side offlane.
Oh, the actual hero tusk.
Yeah, the actual hero tusk.
Hey, he goes dead straight.
What an awkward placement for that weapon of his to be sticking out.
Oh god, it looks like...
Wait, why did I jump to Roshan?
It looks like a Johnson. That's gonna be one of my favorite movie clips of all time, the Austin Powers clip, where they go from character to character with nicknames for penis, because they've seen one on a radar.
I hated Austin Powers. I'll be real.
Please leave.
I mean, my name is Austin. You know how many dumb Austin Powers jokes I got all the time? It was the worst.
Is your dad Dr. Evil?
Yeah, Austin, like Austin Powers. No, shut up. Kill yourself.
Wow.
That's what I said as a 4th grader. Kill yourself.
Of course you did.
And then Miss Labroucherie on my report card told my parents they needed a parent-teacher conference to talk about my troubled childhood. He's telling children to kill themselves.
Did you stab anyone with crayons?
No, not me. No, I was a good child.
Make them choke on Play-Doh? Stick their hands together
tasty.
with glue paste? You Americans and your glue paste, honestly.
It's not my fault that it could get you high. It smelled so good as a 3rd grader, Durka. You don't understand. All right.
Oh
we have our game underway, 4.5 minutes in. It feels like it's been 15, but... C'est la vie. Magnus has caught up to the Rubik. He's 23-3 now. Considering Magnus isn't really supposed to do well in his lane most of the time, I would say this is quite nice. Miracle, though, now has his level 6, so this is going to be a little bit harder to deal with. Moon? Hey, Moon. What's up, buddy?
Moon.
Are you dead?
There's no slight. There is a 10 move speed difference, so Dichiro with the Stirring Chains should be able to catch up, but it's not going to be worth his time.
Meanwhile, middle lane, Chomi actually gets the skewer back, but Fly has the ice shards. RP locks down 2. Big Num with a big hit up will be able to get Miracle stunned up a little bit further, and maybe he can right-click him down. Miracle did manage to get that good skewer play, which will keep him alive, but still, the RP turning it around, making sure that the Magnus lives, and this is the problem right now. Rubik just doesn't have enough damage with Fade Bolt.
He would have if he didn't miss the shockwave.
Oh, we missed the
Like, he
shockwave?
completely missed the shockwave. That whiffed off to the left-hand side while Tusk was behind. Tusk and Magnus were both behind the tier 1. But there's a big old battle over in the dire jungle. Cheshire Cat's caught, tossed in the air, and they're going to find the Broodmother with a dust up. Plenty of damage output there. And also, bot lane. They killed off Ember Spirit.
Yeah, they managed to dive and kill the Centaur, but the Ember Spirit dies in return. And yeah, then the pick off on the Broodmother. Action all around the map. Arcane boots for J4 because of all the kills they keep getting. And Moon playing super aggressively on Ditchy Raw right now, but he's got to be a bit careful. The right kind of Fissure block and the burn damage from Flame Guard. They could conceivably get a kill here. Snowball, waiting for it. Could go for it now that the Chains and Fissure has been used, but maybe it wasn't just in range and another pause.
6 minutes in. We've had about as much time paused as well. Everything this game, though, is going pretty evenly. You know, Monkey Business aren't getting themselves a massive advantage anywhere on the map like they did last game, where every lane won, right? The Huskar farmed away, mid lane won pretty heavily, the Amber against the Wind Ranger, then the off lane, Clockwork got his job done. He got up to level 6 and got himself a ton of level 4 Rocket Flare. This time around, the dual off lane, Tusk plus Centaur, are limited in farm. They've been killed off a couple of times. The Magnus mid is pretty even with the Rubik, and Rubik isn't one of these hard-hitting farming cores. He's a playmaker. Like, that is his role. He steals, he stuns, he casts his spells. And to be fair, he's got a couple of good spells to cast, but...
You have to go do MLG soon, right? 20 minutes?
10:30.
Is it? Oh, man, they just had the lobby up super early.
Yep, 10:30.
Way to go, admins.
So 50 minutes.
50 minutes beforehand. Well played. That's thinking ahead. Anyway. Hello, everybody. We'll say hello to the people. Hi. Bright green box out of the way. This is us. This is me. I'm Capitalist. Hello. If none of you have ever met me before, this is Durka. Say hi, Durka.
Hi, Durka.
I knew you were going to do that.
I know. I very rarely do stuff like that. I had to this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any funny stories?
Not off the top of my head.
All right. I might have a story.
Is it story time?
It might just be story time. I'm concerned because no one's DC'd out of the game right now. You know,
saying anything.
Yeah.
Like, is he being robbed? Has he dropped a glass of water on his PC? Has his cat died on his keyboard? Like,
yeah. If no one DCs, it feels like we're just gonna start up at any point in time. But I guess I'll start this story. So this is
Once Upon a Time.
Once upon a time.
Thank you.
I was a young man in the military, and I got this job offer from Toby. He invited me into to join Dota in like February 2013, and it took me like 9 months to be able to get discharged. And I had to apply for an early discharge, which is a hard process because it goes all the way, it goes through every set of chain of command. So it goes up to like my immediate chain of command, it goes up to my company CO, and then it goes up to battalion CO, et cetera, right? All the way up to the top of the Marine Corps. So it's a lengthy process. But when it was first in its initial stages, No. This is actually when it came back. So when you put out an order, right, it goes all the way up to where it needs to go, and it gets endorsed by everyone up. Mm-hmm. And then when it hits the top of the chain of command, they sign off on it, and then it works its way back down. So then every level of chain of command knows that, hey, this order will go through, right? So it goes all the way back down. And when it came back down, with the endorsement from all of the higher ups, it got to my gunnery sergeant, who was new at the time. He was only there for like a month or two, so I had started the process obviously way earlier. And my gunnery sergeant gets this. And he's this short, like 5'0" but super jacked black guy. And he's like, he's one of the funniest guys that I've like ever worked with in the military. He's hilarious, but he's also like, he's got this bark to him, right? So I'm in the office, and one point I was just like, Walsh, get in here. I was just like, oh shit. I get over there, get up there. I'm at cables or whatever. I'm at a parade rest and everything. I'm like, yes, Coach, what's wrong? And he's like, look at me, Walsh. Look at me. He's like, what the fuck is this that I hear about you wanting to leave the goddamn Marine Corps for some goddamn company called Freaks for You? Look at me, Walsh. Look at me. He's like, Walsh, level with me here.
I know what's coming.
Freaks for You. That's the name of the company, right? Yes, go to Sergeant. Walsh, be real with me. Are you doing German porn? Is that what you're doing? No, Gunner, Sergeant. No, it's the name of the company. I know it sounds terrible. It's an awful name, Freaks for You, but it's not porn. I swear to God. And then I had to explain to everybody what my job was. Especially to the higher ups who are like 35 plus. Yeah. They were just like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing what?
I was working in a warehouse doing like logistics and admin stuff before I came here. And there were 2 people out of like 30 people that kind of knew what I did as a hobby. You know, casting like local UK LAN events and things like that, and casting with you and Toby. Because one of them played World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
You know, he was, I don't know, mid-30s, and that's what he did to relax. You know, he'd go home, get on his shitty PC, play World of Warcraft, and my manager was the only other one that knew, because I'd have to ask him for holiday time. Like,
yeah,
I need to take 2 days off. Oh, what for? I'm going to go and talk about computer games, you know?
I'm getting paid for it, too.
Yeah.
And
then when I put in my 2 weeks notice to leave, everyone's asking, like, oh, you're going to Germany, what are you going to do there? I talk about video games, and it's just this weird sensation where you know that they don't understand, but the looks on their faces are just sort of the fake acceptance, like, I get it, I fully understand, yeah, well, congratulations. Like, I hope you do really well out there. They have no clue what actually is going on.
I had something similar with, so I worked at an industrial paper factory for like my civilian job, and I worked with a whole bunch of guys who were like all in their like 55 plus, right? There were very few people who were working full time there that were under like 55. There was like maybe a couple like 35-year-old guys, 35, 40-ish, right? But like 90% of them were all like 55 plus, like on their last 5, maybe 10 years to retirement, right? And so I had all these old white guys coming up to me when word kind of got around what I was leaving my job for, and I literally got this question from a couple of them, like, so I hear you're leaving to Germany. Yeah. I hear you talk about video games. Like, so what do you just watch people play Tetris? And twice they used Tetris as the example. Nice. And I was like, how do I fully correct them, or do I just let them live in ignorance and just go like, yes, I commentate Tetris and the straight file, I don't even know how to, and the L-shaped block is coming down now. No. I was just like, yeah, it's kind of like that, but
not really. Like, the way I described it, like, I actually told my manager what the game was, and the best part is he went and did research on it. Like, honestly.
Oh, really?
He looked it up, he Googled it. The leaving card I got, he actually drew me with the Dota 2 logo.
Nice.
And underneath, he wrote Defense of the Administrator. And I was just like, good effort. Good effort.
Nice.
But even when you draw the parallel with, like, the way I tried to explain it to a lot of the people was, imagine a football commentator. There's a sport. There's a person talking about the sport. That they still don't get it. Like, they're legitimately do not understand. And then you try and draw like the similarities between the video game and chess, and it's like, well, it's strategic, but you still have this element where you're controlling things, and there's more mechanical skill to it. It's just like slack-jawed. Huh? You what, mate? Like, please send help.
I do the exact same thing. I'm like, yeah, like ESPN sports broadcasters. Yeah, I kind of do that. Actually, when I was dating here in Germany, and girls would ask me like, what do I do? What am I doing here in Germany? Why can't I speak German, et cetera, et cetera? Yeah. And I was like, I work for an English broadcasting studio. I would just put that out there, right? And that would actually tell me a lot about them, because the smart ones would be like, okay, that doesn't really mean anything. I'm like, you're right. I was like, you're right.
Radio, TV, movies.
They're like, what does that mean? In fact, one of them thought that I was doing one of them thought that was like code for like I was a phone sex operator.
Oh, really?
And then eventually she asked me a little bit more, and I was just like, and then she admitted what she thought I was doing. I was like, no, nothing like that. I was like, not like that, just a little bit more embarrassing.
The thing is, like, Americans across the, I guess, not just Americans, but specifically sort of military personnel across the globe, if they're in a foreign country, a lot of them do have, like, code names for what they do, just to keep their actual job title secret. Like, when I lived in Saudi, we're back into the game. When I lived in Saudi Arabia, a lot of the American, like, embassy officials or people who were in the military, every single one of them would have the job title telecommunications expert. Like, every single one, like, oh, what do you do here? Telecommunications expert. Great.
Snowball, they can actually... No, they can't. They can't really go on J4. He's too tanky, so Fly is kind of stuck here, and he will end up going down. I thought they were going to maybe try and commit double edge to J4 and just right-click him down and essentially trade off the Tusk for the Earthshaker, but that doesn't work out. And another kill going the way of... Power Rangers. As you guys can see, we do, like, you can't have the game pause forever, even though sometimes it feels like it. Monkey Business have to play 4 versus 5. So, Crit is going to be the missing factor right now. Hopefully, he will come back to us, but for now, he is... Do
they just use him to stack camps? I think that's what they're going to do.
I think so.
But he's such an integral part, and Wisp isn't one of those heroes, okay, like every single hero you'd love to have someone micromanaging, but it's not like, a Witch Doctor where you can throw cask, turn on Voodoo Restoration, and cast ulti. It's pretty simple to get spells off if you have the time. With Wisp, there's tethering, retethering, relocate timing. Micromanagement of all of your inventory slots is very important with the mana conservation and HP regen that you get from tether and overcharge. Chomi?
This is an awkward attempt at a skewer. He has Fisher. Oh, and he lays it out just beforehand. The snowball actually stuns both of them, and they will get J4. The RP faked out. Chomi, is he going to lay out the RP just to catch Mir? Oh, no! The ice shards! Oh, my God. Fly. Perfect timing there, and Chomi completely whiffs it. And Miracle actually almost got in for the kill onto Chomi. The Fisher stuns him up, but won't be able to catch him with the Fade Bolt. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, the top lane, just like the laning phase by itself, right? The Big Daddy actually being healed up by the AFK crit right now. But they got the Witch Doctor. Anyway, like Tiny Whisk can beat the Broodmother. I don't think Tiny versus Broodmother can beat him though by himself. We'll see. He is level 8 though, so at least like if it was early on in the laning phase, that would be really bad. But
J4's here as well, so they've got the Fisher and they've got plenty of damage to put into No Tail. He's actually just used his combo there to clear out the Spiderlings. Cheshire Cat thinks that's his moment to jump in and do some damage, but No Tail not having an inch of it. Where is Crit now? Oh, there we go. Now, No Tail, can you do this? Can you micro Wisp?
I mean, if they win this game, No Tail, if he's the one doing it, he's a god. Centaur Ultimate will go out to make sure that Big Daddy does escape. There's no other action on the side.
Oh, but Moon's been caught, but the cask isn't going to bounce back to anyone, and he goes for the TP. Risky, but complete.
Ooh. That was quite the close one. Fisher for Fisher, and Miracle's going to be caught. Show me. Doesn't it? Oh, the skewer back of the tower. Miracle's left low, but now with Fly here, Chomi will actually go down. 8,000 matchmaking points coming real.
201, the mid Rubik. Back to life. There's plenty of stuff he can steal this game as well. You know, Magnus is a great hero to take RP, skewer, shockwave from. But Ember Spirit, Searing Chains and Flame Guard's not bad. The Witch Doctor has a bunch of spells you can take as well. Stealing Death Ward's always going to be very difficult, though. The fact that Voodoo Restoration is just like, you know, toggle it straight on and cancel that out. But Fisher, we talk about support Rubik against Earthshaker all the time as J4, is he dead as well? Wow, okay.
Miracle's just like, I have skewer, guys. What a kill combo this is. Every single time, telekinesis, skewer back. And now he's got a Fisher.
But yeah, we talk about support Rubik all the time against Earthshaker. Stealing that Fisher, you get a better spell than the original hero itself. And having a core Rubik with this, well, his levels, his damage, it's going to be pretty nice to output. And I guess Miracle goes just for the Blink Rush, right? He's going to have that by 13 minutes.
Yeah, I would assume so. I don't think there's any other item that will do as much. I mean, maybe Force Staff, but it's kind of potato. Either one of those mobility items are probably going to be preferred.
Or you could go Dagon.
Yeah, I suppose that's something. Centaur. No, he's done. Thought for a second the ultimate would get him out, but no such luck.
Radiant's top tower is...
Can Ember Spirit build up fast enough to hold out the aggression from Tiny Wisp? Because it's getting to that point where relocate jumps are going to be catching Ember out unless he has a defensive remnant on lane, and that's not something you generally do. You know, you want your remnants for damage going forward aggressively, and for... Oh god, what? Oh, never mind. He jumped into his teammates. And the snowball.
Punch up, Big Num in the air. Not enough damage, though, to finish him off, and he knows he's very dead.
But yeah, you want remnants like that to control runes, to TP back to base, then back to lane with your remnants. You don't really want to have one hiding in the trees defensively.
Yeah. Cheshire Catch just clearing through the jungle actually takes away the stack that was made by the Wisp earlier. Miracle makes his rotation, has a double damage rune plus Fisher. But they do have this laning phase ward, so unless they play really aggressively on Moon, there's not an opportunity. And maybe, just maybe, Miracle actually rotated out at the wrong time. He heads back to middle lane, but it almost feels like they're going to try and get aggressive on Moon now. Fisher's stunned. Oh, there's the block. Yeah, they'll be able to get him. Oh, no, not enough. Chains run him down. Moon has no stun, but he gets a little bit of extra movement speed. It's not enough, though. The Remnant is able to finish him off. Just imagine, if Miracle had been there, what a turnaround that could have been.
No Tail has 127 last hits.
He does? That's got to be spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, he's a farming machine right now.
He's also been farming a bunch of jungle camps because the stacks have gone. So he's actually moved in there to take those out as well. What's his net worth, actually?
Well, I think some of it is the Broodmother.
Oh yeah, a ton of it's spiderlings, definitely. I mean, the net worth.
I'm sorry. The stacks are gone because of the Broodmother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's been like spending full-time jungle. She's not challenging the Tiny at all. She's just like, nope, I ain't about that life. She's currently cutting creep waves, but yeah, earlier she was taking away some of those stacks. Oh, they got some spiderlings. Toss one up, throw it around. Yeah.
Never refuse
Dire's
school.
top tower is under attack.
That timing on Mag Blink, though. Even though he was shut down a little bit early on, still 14-minute Blink dagger on this guy.
Yeah, I think that's just the power of him being able to get so much CS in lane. Like as strong as the Rubik performance has been, you can't stop the Magnus from farming like most other mid laners would. Stealing Empower. Not quite the ability he wanted, that's for sure.
Give it to Tiny.
Yeah. Later
people.
on, that would be really legit, but...
Here comes the first Blink RP. I don't know where they're going to aim for. Do you go and kill Tiny up at top with the first reveal? Because he's bought himself
Yeah,
a
maybe.
smoke and a TP. No, just a smoke. Never mind. Where is he? Is he going to go smoke by his tier 3 just in case they've got aggressive vision here looking for the stacks? Yeah, he's decided not to.
Middle tower is under attack.
There's a wave mid to clear first.
Looks like I would really agree with going with the RP on the Tiny. Just because it would be so good to shut him down right now. I mean, you're not terribly afraid of the Rubik late game. Alright, they're going to go for the smoke, and they're actually going to head bottom lane.
Radiant's
Broodmother, meanwhile, is searching for an opening on Miracle's Rubik. And the Fade Bolt will help, but it may not be enough. He's going to need a good telekinesis play. Cheshire commits himself and a lot of spiderlings to the kill. Bignum will actually be spotted out by Moon here. This is a little awkward, because he is actually going to be run down. They have to relocate in as well. They're going to be able to turn this one around on Bignum quite easily. And that does not work out at all for Power Rangers as they envisioned. Blink forward. Telekinesis back. They can get the Fisher block. The stun up. Big Daddy is going to be able to combo it.
Miracle.
One turns into two. Miracle helps find the additional opening.
Chain stuns galore. But I really felt that was super counterintuitive there from Power Rangers. The fact that Broodmother is top. Monkey Business, to deal with the Broodmother, have been focusing on sending multiple heroes top. You know, 2, 3 heroes to deal with the Brood, stop her farming jungle, and try and find pickoffs on her.
under attack.
But the only hero bottom lane was the Tusk. Not really a high priority kill. He's also got Snowball to try and dodge spells. It's going to take a long time to actually finish him off, and it's going to be a waste of time in the long run anyway. Interesting that they decided to smoke towards Roshan and then, you know, try and loop around. Maybe they just wanted that tier 1 tower and that was the main goal, as Cheshire Cat is stunned and Fade bolted down.
Nice pickoff. Again, that stolen Fisher is just doing so much work for them. And toss up in the air, they'll be able to get a lot more Broodlings out of that as well. 6,600 net worth. Rubik's sitting on 7,600. The Wisp has more net worth right now than the Witch Doctor. I mean, you know something's going wrong when the hero that's DC'd has more net worth than you.
The Wisp hasn't died, has 3 assists.
Yeah.
2,000 gold saved up because he can't spend any of it.
Oh, he has enough mana to be able to get another one, but I think Chomi still lives. He just doesn't have enough mana for multiple spells, and Chomi is still decently tanky.
And Moon nearly has Blink on the Centaur.
Miracle, careful, friend. He's got the blink.
A Miracle Rubik. Ags, halfway done.
Oh, the relocate. They're going to go for the pick off on Tijira. Walrus punch, bottom the RP turnaround, and oh, it all turns real bad for Monkey Business. An attempt at a remnant jump away, but that doesn't happen. And show me, that's his first real RP of the game.
If that had been 3-4 seconds later, that whole initiation, then Centaur was there with Stampede, Blink, Stomp, Double Edge, and everything goes to shit for Power Rangers. But that timing window was just...
Oh, the combo! Oh, get him! No, Moon! He didn't hoof stomp.
He's got Stampede. And they know that he's got no remnants left, I'm pretty sure. Oh god, they see him. Toss just in time.
They got him.
Tiny went for the blink as well.
But they've committed pretty heavily, never mind. Blinked.
Wait, what?
Just ahead of Chomi.
Really? Skewer blink.
It's like the Matadors in Spain. Sidesteps the charging rhinoceros.
So I guess they've got triple blinks now. First time I've seen Notel go for the Treads Drums blink build, but he kind of needs it. You can't.
Circumstances have changed.
Yes, exactly. You don't have the Wisp to keep you alive. You need to go and find the quick pickoffs. Blink, 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 kill, kill, kill. Oh, Miracle.
Yeah, short skewer. But oh, if they get the cast bounce a little bit better, never mind. Yeah, Echo Slam.
Echo Slam.
Yeah. Big Daddy is pushing forward, hoping to be able to get some revenge, but that's not going to happen. Meanwhile, Broodmother's just pushing down a tower. They're going to go for the pickoff on the Ember Spirit. He's still got Flame Guard up, but they're going to go for it anyway. Stun 1, stun 2, relocate in.
chain stunned into oblivion. And this is what I was worried about. The Ember Spirit in this period of the game, when the chain stuns come thick and fast, these relocate ganks come from the setup you have from Centaur, Tusk, Rubik.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have a defensive remnant preemptively, there is no way he's escaping. Because he's going to get slowed down and stunned, and he can't launch one and jump and launch and jump and chain jump to remnants. And he doesn't... You know, it's this catch-22 where you don't want to, but you need to have these defensive remnants down, because you want to have them there for the aggressive potential as well, if you want to try and jump someone like the Rubik.
Alright, somebody said that Big Daddy's playing this combo by himself.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm not terribly surprised, seeing as he is a Wisp player, and he's known for his micro. But that's impressive.
Cheshire Cat has got the job done up at top, though. Tier 1, Tier 2, jungle, all taken. And he's got himself a Solar Crest on this Broodmother.
A jump in, Ditchira is going to be caught here. Oh, the Chomi Blinken will be able to get the RP skewer back onto underneath the Tier 2 tower. And now just the retreat. Big Daddy looks like he will be okay. In fact, almost thinking about making a turnaround here with Miracle joining in. That's the Shockwave. They're going to go for the combo on Ditchira. They have the burst damage necessary to get the kill. And Big Daddy will still get out. Chomi doesn't have the mana to pursue at all. Relocate in. Crit. Or rather, Big Daddy No Tail playing crit right now. It's just looking to heal him up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, look, Tiny's back to full health. Brood has been left alone to her own devices, and is that going to be a BKB from the Broodmother?
Oh, J4's dead. Once again, the skewer misses, but they're going to run down Miracle unless Big Daddy... No, he says, oh, misses. All right.
They have no reveal either.
And now Big Daddy may actually be run down. He's so tanky, and that's a great Fisher. Rubik actually buying a little space here. Toss up in the air. Show me going to be slowed down. Blink just ahead of the Shockwave there. And now Miracle will also blink himself out. Quick retreat from Monkey Business. And they're good to go.
Dire's middle tower is under...
So 12 to 13, 22 minutes in. Power Rangers are only slightly ahead in Golden Experience.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Shadowblade is going to be the build for our Magnosaurus Rex. This is always the problem in 4 versus 5s, though. You just go for kills and kills and kills, but you can't actually take objectives. And then you just inevitably run out of steam, but we'll see. See if they get a good fight in this bottom lane. Moon found, and Fisher immediately land a Miracle. He is pretty damn tanky, though. RP actually catches 2. Snowball might just be able to turn this one around, but the Echo Slam gets laid out, and bye-bye Rubik. And now the toss turnaround. They're going to go on to J4. Big Num stun. Somebody stop him. Actually, crit coming in. Big Daddy's healing himself up. And now with the extra bit of damage, maybe they can win this fight. J4's drop low. Toss up in the air is enough to be able to finish him off. Big Daddy needs to get out, though. He's left alone. The Centaur's already retreated. The extra bit of damage. Blink away soon in a second. Oh, he gets out. Cheshire Cat, he's running him down, and Centaur managed to get the kill on Ditchira. That was a great fight for Monkey Business, just barely.
Shockwave misses from Magnus. The Broodmother, also Cheshire Cat, was going deep behind the tier 1, then backed up at the last second on the Centaur for some reason. Not keeping spiderlings on him or anything, so Moon got the chance to jump back in. I really thought Power Rangers had that fight on lockdown.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as Miracle was gone, I was just like, well, there goes your early game powerhouse, the one who can potentially steal something really big like Fisher or RP. Cheshire Cat's going to have a BKB soon. And with the Magnus and Power, he's actually one hell of a right clicker. Three-man smoke up, Monkey Business are on their way. Do they have vision?
On this? No.
Are you leaving me?
Soon.
Okay.
soon. Because I'm going to go and turn the stream on and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. And we're paused up anyway. So, good opportunity to turn on the stream. Anyway, hello everybody. Just like Durka is leaving me, Crit has left monkey business. Not really. He's just been, I don't know, lost his internet. Is that the correct way to call DDoS? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's the issue, but... Three-man smoke away. Cheshire Cat's going to be found here. Combination. Yep, they're going to find him. Cheshire Cat and all his little babies. Goodbye, babies. Wait, Cheshire Cat. Oh, no. No, the RP comes just a little bit too late, but just J4 is here. They're actually going to chain stun him down. Ditchy Raw comes in with a two-man chain. Skewer away. Miracle's actually okay. Moon is going to be able to survive for a little while as well. Big Daddy coming in from the side has already finished off the Witch Doctor. Miracle locked in. What a nice Ice Shards. Miracle is actually going to be just okay, thanks in part to Fly. And now Ditchy Raw tossed up in the air. Telekinesis as well. Beat down almost to a pulp. Jumps over to the remnant, but Fly sitting there. They get 3 RPUs. And monkey business doesn't matter. Numbers be damned. They're gonna win this 4 versus 5 fight and run straight into the Roshan pit.
The Wisp has nearly 4,000 gold saved up.
Dear God, if you actually look at that, like, Power Rangers are actually up by almost 5k if you just include the fact that the Wisp can't spend his goddamn gold.
Oh man. Do they not have a medallion for this? I guess with the sustain from Crit's Wisp. Miracle,
all right.
J4, Blink. Nah, he's already used it.
Oh, Moon had a blink too.
I thought he was deeper in.
Yeah. But they will get Roshan. So Aegis for Big Daddy, who already has his Aghanim Scepter, and we'll see how close he is to the AC. 1,500 gold, so he can pick up like the plate mail right now. But more likely waiting on the Hyperstone.
Will he go for AC?
Is there a better battling build?
I haven't seen him go for Assault Cuirass yet.
What do you think?
He loves Butterfly.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
But I don't... Oh, whoa. Bloodstone.
Yeah. Bloodstone Rubik. That's the play, in my opinion.
But yeah, I can see Notel going for... like AC BKB, Yasha BKB. Butterfly would still be good here against Death Ward, Ember Spirit damage as well. But it kind of feels like he needs to tank up a bit more. No, I guess like the magic damage, because they don't have a Glimmer Cape, right? They don't have any of these utility items that you'd expect from the Wisp. The Rubik's not a support. The Tusk has Mech Arcanes, so there's some utility from him, but there's no mobility from the rest of his team. No Force Staffs, no Glimmer, no Medallion or Solar Crest. So I think Tiny is actually in a precarious situation that if he goes too far one way aggressively or defensively, it's going to ruin his item.
Uh-oh. That relocate in wasn't ideal timing, and now Big Daddy, he's going to lose his Aegis. He turns around, goes for the kill on Big Num, doesn't quite get it. Moon is sitting here, but he does get chained up. Now Cheshire Cat's going to go for him, but they do have the snowball. Maybe Cheshire Cat can actually be controlled long enough. Never mind. RP out from Chomi. Do they have the damage, though? They actually have a Crimson Guard ready to go. These heroes are so damn tanky, despite being chain stunned for so long. They're living through all of this. Big Daddy actually managed to pick up a kill right before he dies. Ended up getting Ditchia Raw. But still, the fight rages on here. Fly now has a snowball, goes over to the side onto Chomi. They're trying to chase him down. Miracle has a skewer ready to go. Will skewer himself right into J4. Steals Fisher. Good setup. Chomi's actually winning with the Shadow Blade to go on to Miracle. Fisher gets laid out. Stunning up Cheshire Cat, almost catching up to him. J4 manning up against Miracle. Two-man skewer back from Chomi. Snowball goes right back in. Now a three-man stomp out from Moon. He has double edge ready to go, but he's not going to commit to it. The Wiz keeps on going in. Fly almost finishing up Cheshire Cat, and they will get him. The nukes finish him up. Big Num's going to go down. He can't get Fly either. What is happening?
Never-ending fight. Miracle is just stealing like Fisher, skewer, shockwave, Fisher, skewer. He's just throwing out spells left and right. And Moon, mana and HP conservation, very important. He's always at the very edge of the fight looking for these re-engagements. The four-man stomp there, integral to their turnaround. But it's so comical watching like a Fisher, then a four-man Fisher, then a snowball to return people back. And Ember Spirit and Tiny, the two, heavy, hard-hitting heroes in this game, were both dead for the majority of that team fight.
The sustain from that fight was insane. Crimson Guard just did so much work there. Moon picking that item up, and then you have the natural tankiness of all the other heroes between the mech, the sigil. I mean, just think if Miracle died early on in that fight, and like heals everyone back up because of the Bloodstone. Like some of these heroes are just going to be impossible to kill. Hello, goodbye. Ember Spirit barely survives. He's working on the Battle Fury, but he doesn't have it yet. 30 minutes in.
30 minutes, yeah. Safe lane Ember. 4-7 and 10. Ditya having a pretty rough game. I hope that didn't kill people's ears.
I'm sure it's fine. J4, do you have a blink? No, you don't. That means you're... All right, Big Daddy. He'll get it. He'll get it in the end. It's all good.
Ditya been caught.
Wait, oh, yeah, you're right. Ditya, he's dead. Oh, boy. Miracle has Sleight of Fist. I'm not sure if that's what he really wants here. Stomp actually catches Big Num. Two-man stun as well. Chomi, he decides to blink and skewer and almost gets toss. Yeah, I got him.
Go.
Chomi's dead now. And Moon, he's just like running on in, trying to catch out the Witch Doctor. Monkey business. They are actually going to be able to take this tier 2 in the middle lane and might just be able to push uphill. Magnus down for 50 seconds. He has a buyback, but they don't know that. And he is going for the butterfly. As you were talking about earlier, once again, Big Daddy No Tail is going to continue this item build of his.
I really like it. Like, I see Butterfly as performing a very similar role as the AC, gives you survivability, but also attack speed. Maybe it doesn't help you as much against towers with the negative armor and things like that, but then going into Heart, it makes the Tiny almost unkillable without losing too much of his aggressive right-clicking power. No, we used to see Mask of Madness as the sort of last-ditch resort item on Tinies if you needed that big burst of attack speed. And Butterfly plus Satanic Heart kind of give you the best of both worlds. Late-game capability, as well as being able to stand and fight in these big old brawls. But speaking of standing and fighting, Aghanim Scepter is done if Moon wants it. He's got the point boost for 3,000 gold. So that was 70, is it 70 or 60? Got reduced, right? Down to 60. Yeah, 60% damage reduction on the Ag Stampede.
Yeah, that's gigantic. I mean, they were so hard to kill in that bottom fight. Like, you put out the damage reduction? Oh, dear. This is also, I keep looking back. I want to point out this 10,000 gold lead is only a, 5,000 gold lead. Because, relocated, they're going to be able to catch Ditya. Two-man stun, RP, on 3, the Witch Doctor ultimate also going out. They're going to be able to finish off Crit Seal, but he managed to get off the mech. They're actually keeping Crit alive. They're going to break that tether, make sure the Tiny does stick around, and he will be able to cream through at least one here. Cheshire Cat caused a little bit of issues, though. Big Daddy is waiting out that BKB, throws the toss over to Big Num, who's actually quite tanky, thanks in part to the Voodoo Restoration, but not tanky enough to live through all of this. Skewer actually catches Big Daddy. Fisher on the side will be able to block out some of these heroes. Chomi is going to be run down by the Snowball next. Right click a couple of times. Chomi's going to end up going down as well. 4 out. Monkey business haven't dropped a single hero. What? Monkey business. Good game. Well played. Power Rangers got... Oh my god. They just got dunked. Dumped on. Shamed. I don't know. 4 versus 5. Big Daddy No Tail. You gotta give it to him, man.
Bent over a barrel.
Crit, what are you even doing on this team, man? Your team just won without you. 4 versus 5. He had 6,000 gold at the Wisp towards the end there. Probably even more after that fight, which the Wisp actually lived through, which was the most absurd thing of all of it.
6,250. Now, in situations like this, I swear, fantasy points need to be updated for micro skills, because No Tail should be like 30 points or something. 15? 16 doesn't cut it, honestly.
Yeah. Monkey business win 2-0 in a 4 versus 5 against Power Rangers. Unbelievable. Well played by... I mean, I'm impressed by the whole crew. I mean, everyone from Monkey Business, excluding Pork Red, just did so much work. Oh, man. I'm a little bit sad. I'm just sad for Crit now. Just because... I mean, just think if the Wisp was there. What else that could have been done? But I'm astounded. I'm astonished. My mind is blown. The first 4 versus 5 official that I've casted, that the team with 4 has actually won, especially given how early into the game it happened. But hey, never give up, never surrender. That's it. This series is done. It's in the bag. Monkey Business take a 2-0. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back in 10 minutes' time for our next series. I'm going to be casting with Blaze. Durka's going to go cast some MLG with, who do you got?
Equivalence.
Claire.